Hello everybody, Microspec Gamer here. So I know I've been away for a while, but I'm back and there is a video I really wanted to react to, which is Ash versus Yugi. Now usually I did watch some of the death battles already. I followed them for quite a while. Um, this is pretty much a part of my childhood, Yugi versus Ash, and this is pretty big for me. So let's go on and watch the video. Now, I'm betting for sure that Yugi is gonna win. Why? Because if they give him every card, if they give him every card on his deck and everything there, even if Ash gets every Pokemon, like I only played Gen 1 and Gen 2, and a bit of like Gen 4, but I think that the only way Ash can technically win is hopefully I'm pronouncing the Pokemon's name right. It's Arceus. If he has Arceus on his team, I feel like he might have a better chance. Otherwise, this is kind of a flop.
Right, Pikachu?
Don't get ahead of yourself.
And it's gonna be 3D from based on just the part right there.
Ketchum versus Yugi Moto.
The biggest question from the playground: Pokemon or Yu-Gi-Oh? He's
So going Yu-Gi-Oh! Like I just don't see Ash beating literally the king of games.
and I'm Boomstick.
And it's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to find out who would win a death battle.
This is a big episode. Just look at how long it is. So thanks to our sponsor.
So based on this, I'm not sure if they're gonna go based on the game rules of both of them because they're kind of incompatible. I don't see them. I don't see Yu-Gi-Oh! And Pokemon really being a good, like, I don't see them compatible at all. I don't see them possible. I don't see it possible for them to actually have the same both games in this episode. They're probably gonna change the rules a bit.
Mad Mushroom for helping us make it happen.
Yeah, go check out Mad
Just skip
Mushroom's
this
newest
one. I know
game,
they have these
Night Swarm.
sponsors they
It
always
just
do,
launched,
but
and it's all about action.
Collect companions
Kids get their first.
a bit
to the
too
world
far.
of Pokemon.
There we
All the
go.
kids get their first one at age 10.
Now, I remember this. I used to watch this when I was way younger. I mean, I think it was in Cartoon Network. Back in like the early 2000s, this used to be one of the shows I would watch. This and Yu-Gi-Oh were pretty big.
If you don't
But
sleep
yeah,
in
it's
like Ash Ketchum
very nostalgic.
from Pallet Town.
Ash wanted to be a Pokemon master.
Age 10 for 25 years plus. I mean, that makes sense. He's immortal. He doesn't. Ash has immortality. It's BS, but he has immortality.
Though he didn't really know what that meant yet.
How about taking down your rivals to be the very best, like no one ever was? Better than Gary and his dumb groupies.
Well, Ash knew he'd find his answers at the Pokemon League tournament.
So Oak hooked him up with the electric mouse, Pikachu, and went, he's your problem now.
Now, based on this, I really want to know where they're gonna skill Pikachu because I know Pikachu did technically potentially hurt a god Pokemon, but it's like I don't know if he's gonna be universal or if they're gonna even put him at that. Like it really depends on how they skill Pikachu, in my opinion. But I just feel like Yugi still takes this.
Stupid.
Pikachu was a lot. The new duo had a rocky start, but after an intense first day together, the rest, as they say, is history.
25 seasons.
And all of these, he was still 10. Always 10 years old. By now, he would have been probably, like, what, 40, 50? I don't know when it started, truly, but always 10 years old.
Over 1,200 episodes and the cornerstone of 2000s culture.
He said 1,200? That's insane. Like, that's ridiculous. Now, I've played it on the Game Boy and the Game Boy Advance before. Pokemon Yellow and what was it? Pokemon Gold. I did enjoy the first and second gen a lot. I feel like the first gen was probably the best one though, because all the games I did play Brilliant Diamond, and I feel like it was too repetitive for the games. Like they didn't even try changing it at all. Like it had to have some changes.
Ash spent decades as a 10-year-old on the great Pokemaniac journey.
We should note we are prioritizing the anime that Ash is from, which often differs from the original games that inspired it.
Okay, that changes a lot of things. If it's based on the games, I feel like Yugi could have won this, still won it, but even much easier.
Ash is equipped with tons of Pokeballs and an all-knowing Pokedex. That's also a Pokemon. But in a fight, Ash usually chooses Pikachu. Give the yellow-red enough voltage and you'll regret it. Even ground type.
Let's see what he said here. So, immune to paralysis. Weak to ground types. I still remember in the beginning of the, I forgot the name of the movie, but it was the first one with Mewtwo. Pikachu, pretty much, he pretty much made it. It didn't even make sense. He pretty much, I think it was a Golem. He zapped a Golem. How does that even make sense? Aren't ground types and rock types technically immune to electricity? But, you know, it's anime crap. It's anime BS, pretty much.
Types that would be immune to electric
Loves
attacks.
ketchup. Oh, okay. So we have two characters in common that I know that love ketchup. Sans from Undertale and Pikachu. So that's those are two
The games can't
characters.
stop with
And that was the exact, just that moment. I'm sure you guys saw it, but at that moment, it didn't even make sense at all. It didn't even make sense.
this Pikachu dishes out.
Yet somehow Ash is just fine after repeatedly getting zapped by this same electricity. Over time, Pikachu learned Volt Tackle, Electro Web, Electro Ball, and
Pikachu, use Thunderbolt! The perfect attack for OHKOing flamboyant thieves and air balloons. Looks like
Man, I miss Team Rocket. Like, I used to watch this, like, what, every Saturday or Sundays? I don't remember when it came out, but this is one of the earliest variations of them, I think.
they're blasting off again.
so clearly the anime doesn't follow the game rules. Like when Pikachu shot himself with his own thunder while on Swellow, who, you know, is vulnerable to lightning.
But somehow they use thunder as a
Anime BS. You just can't explain
super
it.
armor. He even learned how to deflect attacks by just spinning really fast. Whee!
Speaking of fast, Pikachu has intercepted lightning, but Quick Attack increases that speed even more.
And his Iron Tail really pairs well with Ash's offensive style. The guy plays crazy, opting for big damage over stalling.
Ash's style is so unusual that when a robot scanned his tactics, it exploded.
Wait, what? Like, they had a robot that actually. Okay, that is kind of weird. I still give it to Yugi, because let's be honest, if you watch Yu-Gi-Oh enough, I watched parts of it. I remember Exodia versus Kaiba. I guess that was iconic as well. Or, you know, the Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon versus Exodia. I watched Yugi. I don't remember exactly all the names, but I used to watch it so much, and I feel like even Ash outsmarting a supercomputer is still gonna have a disadvantage against Yugi, because Yugi has two minds. He has Atom and him.
As the great philosophers put it, if it works, is it still stupid?
Ash and Pikachu's bond is magnetic and brought them new allies. Misty, Brock, Serena, just to name a few. Underneath the stubbornness and crispy bikes, they are loyal friends.
Just like Ash's Pokemon. They're not just collecting dust in a shiny.
I have no idea where, like, most of these Pokemons, I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't recognize a lot of Pokemons here. Only the original, like what, 200 maybe? The other ones I just forgot, or I just don't remember exactly.
Hunting bugs. Ash's League ID won't let him carry more than 6 at a time, but if he needs them, they'll all come running.
Water types like Squirtle and Lapras are key in seafaring fights, and Ash can combine their water attacks with Glalie Ice Beam.
One time, his Weasel got frozen while using Aqua Jet, which is fine. Now he's using Ice Aqua Battering Ram.
Grass types like Bulbasaur and Torterra induce status effects and heal with Synthesis.
But Sceptile's a menace. Yeah, so you got a big, scary Darkrai. Eat this Leaf Blade, Smeargle victim! Or that's what I would say if Tobias did an action replay of frickin' Latios.
Honestly, I remember when I think it was Scyther, one of the best grass type Pokemon. I remember when that Pokemon was insane. I'm sure right now there's so many variants that are just much better. But it's ridiculous how many Pokemons there are right now. Like I can only name maybe 100 of them if I really wanted to, but it's hard for me to remember.
Give my man a win, 4Kids.
Well, 4Kids just did the localization. They didn't write the show.
They just get me heated. Almost as much as Infernape's Flare Blitz.
I did use Infernape in the Brilliant Diamond. I do think like he's pretty much mandatory because that game has barely any fire types. It's so bad when it comes to fire types. You would have to go to a cave to probably get like previous gen fire Pokemon to even get anything.
I'll set my Inferno to overdrive, get my revenge, and Incineroar.
Okay, now I know Incineroar from Smash Bros than actually I did play Smash Bros Ultimate. I mean he's a fire fighting type, right? So I think he's pretty good.
Ash had a fiery passion for reaching the top ASAP, but Charizard wasn't on board. Pursuing pride over packs,
Now Charizard is a classic. Like who doesn't know Charizard? He's almost as iconic as Pikachu.
Ash lost the Viridian Force for the trees and fumbled the Indigo League.
Harsh lesson, but one he needed. Ash started bonding with Pokemon at a deeper level, and that friendship motivated them to dodge light speed moves like Solar Beam and Psybeam.
So light speed Pokemon. Hopefully that's not their ceiling because Yu-Gi-Oh has broken abilities.
Charizard came around too. He's the last one you want to see on the field. Even if you have a Blastoise like Gary, Ash will call for the most unexpected signature move.
Seismic Toss! The people's elbow of Pokemon. Charizard's so strong, his flamethrower melts boulders. The Pokemon world is wild.
Ash's Pokedex spells it out. Vanillix causes blizzards. Magikarp leaps over mountains and into space.
Absurd scaling. Magikarp has better scaling than so many freaking characters I know, and that's insane.
Dusknoir pulls souls into the spirit world.
Could be useful against Yugi in that one, but I feel like there is a Shadow Realm which could screw up Ghost type.
Oh, and Pikachu cleared a storm as wide as an island. Gotta catch 'em all. Surfetch, Butterfree, Heracross, Scraggy, Lycanroc, Palpitoad, Torkoal, Snivy.
With new regions soar new flying types like Pidgeot. On land, Ash has physical offense like Melmetal and Crocodile, and Gibble will drop Draco Meteors on anyone, but mainly Piplup.
You want physical? Look at Ash. This twerp somehow carried around a Cosmoem, which canonically weighs over a ton.
Now I've seen some arguments with Yugi and Ash going fist to fist. Ash is far stronger. In fact, he's pretty much like almost superhuman. But you have to understand, Yugi has the he has psychic powers pretty much. He has Mind Break. I think that's what it's called, Mind Break. He can put barriers up. He has other like soul manipulating powers. There's no way that Ash can take him on. Even if they did fight a one-on-one, it doesn't matter. Like strength doesn't even matter at that point when the other person can just destroy your mind.
Oh, and this huge log that's basically a whole tree, he chucked it like it was nothing. Ash can choose his own
Superhuman
hands if he
10-year-old,
wants,
of
and
course.
he does a lot. Maybe his secret
What happened with Mewtwo would have happened with Ash versus Yugi if that's the case.
is watching the Minnesota Vikings.
Resilience is the bare minimum to HMO1 cut it in the tall grass. Humans and Pokemon must protect and enrich each other's lives.
Like Mimey, the Mr. Mime back home who mind boggles you with Reflect, Light Screen, and Psychic. Yep, that Mr. Mime.
You guys want to know my favorite type of Pokemon is Psychic? I'm kind of a fan of Gardevoir. That's how you pronounce your name. I don't know why I keep pronouncing it differently sometimes. Gardevoir is one of my favorites because of the psychic abilities, and I think her design is flawless. I know what people might be thinking, but I'm not that type.
Stepdad who Ash caught in a Pokeball and brought home. Oh, so that's how it works.
Ash figured out new ways to bond with his pals with Aura. It's a life
That would
force
be
interacts
creepy.
with souls
Mine,
and links Ash
mine
with
is actually his father.
This jackal excels at CQC and shoots steel beams and aura spheres. And with Mega Evolution...
Okay, Lucario, I know him. He's pretty much the Goku of Pokemon. He literally has an attack that's similar to the Kamehameha. He fights in martial arts. He's pretty much like Goku, just in Pokemon form. That's how I see him.
Lucario's power surges enough to defeat champion Cynthia's Garchomp.
A Mega would have been handy at the Safari Zone when Ash accidentally caught 30 Tauros. And he keeps
I remember
hugging
that.
them. Ash, they're bulls.
Ash genuinely loves his little guys, but boy does it suck to see him lose the Pokemon League over and over again. Kid, just turn the hat backwards and lock in.
Ash's strength is not in battle theory, but his nurtured bonds. He knows Pokemon feelings better than anyone. With Greninja, Ash learned to synchronize their senses and movements, transforming him into Ash Greninja.
This I did not know. This is definitely new for me. So he can technically like link his soul with the Pokemon? I'm guessing, I think that's the entire point here.
It comes with a huge power increase, but there's a catch.
I'm guessing the issue here is that I've seen way too many soul-bound characters to know the weaknesses, and I think I already know what the weakness is. That they both feel the same thing. So if he gets injured, the Pokemon gets injured, and vice versa.
Ash shares Greninja's pain.
Yeah, I knew it. Like this is very common. Like this was not as common before, but it's very common now.
A small price to pay for the ultimate water shuriken.
Ash Greninja ran the ones with Champion Diantha's Mega Gardevoir. And just a normal Gardevoir can conjure black holes.
Yeah, I think that's what it did say in the Pokédex, right? Like that's what it said. I mean, that's insane. That's why I like this Pokemon even more. Like she's overpowered. It can be mostly a he or a she, but they're just overpowered. That's insane.
Ash's Pokemon and teamwork get along like rice balls and jelly-filled donuts. They saved the world from Lysander, who tried to kill all...
Mind control. That's a new feat. I never even seen that. All of this new stuff, after like Gen 1 and 2, I barely even know.
But the giants, the Reggie kind, not the new...
I've seen this Pokemon before. I've heard he's one of like the worst legendaries though. Forgot his name, but he's not as good as the other ones.
New York ones, who halted Reggie Gigas, who can tow entire
Reggie
regions.
Gigas.
Ash's team
A weird
battled
name.
Steven Stone and Alon, who fought the terraforming primal forms of Groudon and Kyogre.
Yeah, don't get me started on Alon. Ash did everything right, but no! Greninja still lost to his Charizard after only getting hit 3 times. How does Blast Burn beat Water Shuriken?
I mean, look, it's the same way as if it's too hot, the water just turns into vapor, and I know I'm really trying to make sense of something that doesn't make sense here, but still. Like, technically, if it's too hot, it should vaporize.
Get your type charts right, 4Kids.
Boomstick 4Kids weren't
4Kids.
even around anymore when this aired.
I remember that, the
Regardless,
sensory
after his
was
loss
terrible.
at Kalos, Ash traveled to Alola and beyond to train. And thanks to some really delicious soup, his new Gengar Gigantamaxed.
Hide you, Gengar.
Now, about Gigantamax, I did hear about it. I did play a bit with other games. There was a Pokemon Arena game, I forgot the name. It was on the Switch. I think there was a Gigantamax feature, but I wasn't sure exactly. Now, Gengar is one of the OGs. I do think he could give Yugi some trouble, but I don't see him... I see that Yugi could probably handle him without even having cards. Because he has some sort of like soul manipulation abilities as well.
And
he's a ghost, so it makes even more
even
sense.
Swallows him up. I bet it smells nasty in there.
Ash and Pikachu also scored a buff with their Z move. All they need is a power ring, some JoJo poses, and Thunderbolt will evolve into
10 million volt Thunderbolt. This
10 million, okay, that's a lot. That's pretty strong, but is it strong enough to beat Slifer? Like, if that's their best, I really hope that's not their best here.
Rainbow Lightning is their ace. You see this coming? You're cooked. Absorb electricity? Cooked. infused with an Ultra Beast? Cooked.
Ash
That's
journeyed so much
insane.
that monsters from another dimension are nothing to him. Naganadel is a poisonous sniper, and Solgaleo is basically the sun god, a legendary
Okay, so does he have this one?
Pokemon.
Okay, so Pikachu helped halt Dialga. I know Dialga. I did catch him in the in Brilliant Diamond. I'm kind of a sucker for time manipulating characters or gods. So yeah, this Pokemon, I'm not sure if that's gonna be enough to even face 3 gods, because we know like Exodia alone is stronger than the 3 gods, at least one of the gods individually, the god cards. We'll see. Like, I don't know how they're gonna describe this one.
Whose Sunsteel Strike lights up the universe.
Ash got a god in his bag for just
Lights up the universe, but does that count as a universal feat? I mean, otherwise everyone would be dead at that location.
being a nice dude. Smell you later, Gary.
In fact, when Ash and friends band together, they can halt Dialga's Roar of Time. And Dialga literally controls the concept of time. Is there a legendary Pokemon he hasn't befriended?
But it all started with Pikachu, so it was gonna end with Pikachu. In the Tournament of Champions, and Alon, Ash faced the #1 trainer. Finally, after 3,000 years, we're free!
Yeah, I understand that. Always 10 years old. Technically, all of this took place less than a year. It doesn't even make sense.
More kids, let my boy win! Yes!
Sure. Ash did his best, and he had no regrets. Now free to hand over his torch to new bright-eyed trainers.
Ash realized that, to him, a Pokemon Master was someone who was friends with every Pokemon. So he and Pikachu threw a stick in the air and walked away it landed, because in the world of Pokemon, the journey continues. If you want to try...
Okay, so if that's the complete analysis for Pokemon, even after all of that, I'm still edging with Yugi here. I don't think that Yugi has any issues against Ash, aside from maybe his battle experience. It's kind of questionable because I know Atom is technically like what, 3,000, a few thousand years old. But he wasn't really active during that time. He's more like he was just like hibernating or sleeping until someone found, or Yugi found a Millennium Puzzle and assembled it. I think that's what I remember some of it.
Travel the world like Ash or look as rad as Yugi, then we've got the threads for you.
This battle is sponsored by Quince.
You'll like this.
And more
a
of a
bunch of Death Metal
sponsorship.
staff have owned
If you guys
Quince
want to
stuff
see
for
it, I'm
ages,
probably
so
gonna
we know
put
it's legit.
Quince
this
makes
video
it
also
easy to
down in
look
the
sharp,
description
feel
below,
good,
and you're gonna
find
see it
gifts
there.
that last. From Mongolian
Wait a
cashmere
minute.
sweaters to Italian wool coat.
right
Many
here.
a theorist have tried to solve the mystery of ancient Egypt. What was the secret to such a glorious civilization?
Time travel.
Keep in mind, I did watch the earliest episodes that weren't even, I don't think they were even released. The one with the shadow games where he can send people to their like death. Without even playing the game, it was just literally like poker or something. I don't remember exactly, like a weird lightning game. And he burnt the guy up. Like this wasn't for kids at all.
The Divine Hand. Aliens? Nah, they were...
And if you guys want to know who is my favorite card in Yu-Gi-Oh, it's probably gonna be Obelisk for God card, and the other one is the Dark Skull Dragon. I just like the Dark Skull Dragon. Summon Skull is up there as well. And I'm kind of a sucker for mage characters, so Dark Magician Girl and Dark Magician are both also my favorites. I have a bunch of favorites, but those are like my top area.
Gamers.
Egyptians played games with sorcery. These magical ceremonies punished dark hearts with swift death. The Shadow Game.
No, Wiz. They were banished to the Shadow.
Now the question with this is, if Atem or Yugi used this on Ash, they said that it's only against evil characters, right? or someone with like malicious intent. Ash doesn't have any malicious intent, unless if you're gonna mistaken me for like another movie that's like a spin-off that I don't even know.
Realm. Wink.
Sadly, the way of the Shadow Games was lost across time and the pieces of the Millennium Puzzle. It's
I remember
said
this
the one who
part.
solves the puzzle would pass judgment on evil. And in the modern day, Yugi reassembled it and wished for a friend.
Yugioh! Turn that jam up!
Man, the intro to it, the time to duel, and you know they spasm the sound, that was stuck to me for years. I still remember so many things here.
Yugi was a shy kid that helped run his grandpop's game shop.
But little did he know that completing the puzzle
Man, I just hope that Exodia is in this death battle, man, because he needs to be here. Like, I don't know if they're gonna show him. If they don't, it's gonna take... Even if it's a good episode, it's gonna be a bummer if he isn't here.
would link his spirit to an ancient pharaoh.
Yami, always willing to lend Yugi a hand, and always on demon time while doing so. He's anime Jigsaw. Yami wants to play a shadow game.
I'm sure the manga is
Whether
probably
it's Riddle Air
creepier.
Hockey, Mario Party with chloroform, or the game that would take his world and ours by storm, Duel Monsters.
It's a summoner's war. Time to send monsters to the graveyard and take your foe down to 0 life points.
When Yugi's grandpa was kidnapped by the deranged CEO Seto Kaiba, Yugi knew it was time to knock him down the only way he knows how, playing a children's card game.
And
I thought of getting that before, but honestly, the part that you put in your hand, I don't know what it's called exactly, but right now it's like, if I'm gonna get cards, it's just gonna be for probably a collector's thing. The game itself is good, but it's, for me, for some reason, it seems a bit too complicated.
for his L, Kaiba was given a penalty game. Lose or cheat against Yami at your own peril. With the puzzle, Yami can punish you in some serious...
Okay, so let's see what he has here. Okay, barriers, I already knew that. Penalty games, I know that. Probability manipulation, he does have, like, he can change the cards, summoning cards, I guess. That's how he summoned Exodia, probably, with the Heart of the Cards. I'm sure he can do that. Sealing, okay, sealing, I know he can do that. I mean, a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh artifacts can actually do sealing and illusions. Clairvoyance, I can see that. I mean, there's what's his name? The guy who pretty much made the game, or the creator of the game itself, was he could read minds. So I remember some of that. I don't remember his name, but I know he had like an eye. One of his eyes pretty much showed that he had one of those artifacts that can do that.
messed up ways. Illusions of being set on fire, swapping your soul, or the infamous Mind Crush.
The
Mind
Millennium
Crush.
Puzzle does
I
far
call
more
it
than
Mind
force
Break, but it's
hallucination.
Mind Crush.
It brings monsters to reality, forms barriers, manipulates probability, and seals away space.
Now, if anyone tells me how Ash can bypass that, like if he's trying to punch Yugi, Yugi took a blast from other stronger monsters. Like it's not even comparable to who's gonna win in a fist fight, because Yugi doesn't even need to land a punch. He can just mind crush Ash's brain, and that's it. Like that's game over.
You can't buy this. It and 6 other Millennium items are juiced up by ghosts.
Despite Yami's retribution, Yugi wasn't aware of this darker half.
That, yeah, if you think about it, ghost type Pokemon are vulnerable to getting sealed. That's another thing. So Gengar might be screwed up on this one. Like Yugi doesn't even need to use a card to beat him.
Yami had amnesia, so he didn't know himself either. But after a run-in with enemy Millennium Ring user Dark Bakura and some seriously hardcore LARPing, Yugi and Yami learned each other's shtick and made the dynamic duo.
With friends Taya, Tristan, and
I remember all of these characters. Joey especially, he was
ready for
memeable.
anything.
Because Yugi had a great early deck. Monsters for offense, spells for effects, and traps for setups. Oh, and Exodia... Oh, there they go.
I hope that's not the reason. If they do not show him, I hope that's not the reason. Like there has to be another reason why he wasn't shown. He's literally the face of, in my opinion, he's almost as popular, if not the most popular monster in Yu-Gi-Oh.
Okay, if Yugi's deck is so good, why isn't it the meta? Put me in, coach. Face my 2,000 card deck.
Don't be too quick to judge. Yugi's a very clever strategist. His style works best at maximizing the use of
Let's see their list right here, actually. I'm gonna see what they have. So, these guys are gonna show up. Ornimp, Jackson Queens, King's Knight, Mori Dragon. Okay, so most of these I know. Summon Skull is definitely one of my favorites. There's so many of them. Like, there's Gaia the Fierce Knight. I remember that one as well. Dark Magician, obviously.
cards.
Yeah, cool story, Wiz. But what's
There's
he
too
gonna
many
do about the 3
this year.
blue eyes Kaiba's got aiming at his dome?
Oh,
Simple.
Time Wizard might give Yugi a huge advantage as well. What's stopping him from using Time Wizard to bring all the Pokemon to level 1, like to the weakest point before they even evolve? Like, there's so many ways. Oh, and there is another one. I think there are 3 cards that can technically, right, Geeky, I think that's what it's called. It targets the entire arena, so that can also screw up Ash pretty badly, even if he has a bunch of Pokemon. There's so many ways. Like, Yugi has traps. Ash doesn't have as much variety of things he can do here.
Summon the monster card Karibo and
They're including the Goddess of Light. How is this even a fair fight? Yugi takes this. Like, I'm sorry, but if you're a Pokemon fan, I was kind of both. But they're not just giving him Slifer, they're giving him... I mean, I don't see Exodia here, but this is just overkill. She is the creator of Yugioh. Like, how is that even fair?
have it multiply. With a 1,000 strong meat shield, a dragon's breath is a gentle
Also, the
breeze.
Karibo is a hack, pretty
Okay,
much.
didn't know Yugi had that dog in him, but I'm about brute force. Buster Blader and Celtic Guardian are sick, nasty swordsmen.
Now, about Celtic Guardian, isn't there... I'm not sure if it was him or another one, but he's pretty much immune to any damages that someone that like is much stronger. If there's a Pokemon that's way too strong or like a card that's too strong, you cannot really destroy the card. I'm not really sure which card, if it's this one or another one, but
Summon
there's
Skull
so many
shoots
of them.
bolts of lightning, and the giant soldier of stone can destroy moons.
And I remember that. That's an insane feat. And the Soldier of Stone isn't even like he's a mid to low tier. He's not even that good. Like, he's not even the strongest, not even a mid.
Time Wizard's better. It's a living clock that fast forwards or rewinds a local
They
area of
mention it
time,
right
turning
here.
monsters
Nice.
to infants or wizards into wise sages.
Speaking of wizardry, you can't have a Yugi deck without his right hand, Dark Magician, and his apprentice, Dark Magician Girl.
Both
are
iconic
masters
characters.
of dark magic,
Yeah.
and Yugi often pairs them with the damage redirecting magic cylinder.
Another trap card. That could be very handy, especially against Pikachu or pretty much any Pokemon. Like, anything that has like a blast ability. Charizard, Pikachu, who else? Like, almost any Pokemon is susceptible to this attack.
Now that's thinking with portals.
Or
There's
this trap.
support monsters too. Catapult Turtle is a bot with a cannon that literally launches other monsters. And when Yugi comboed it with Gaia and Swords of Revealing Light, which immobilizes monsters, they brought down...
About Swords of Revealing Light. I know that could be a big win con for Yugi as well. He has way too many trap cards for Ash to handle. Like, this is ridiculous. You guys have to understand as well. Like, I don't know if they're gonna incorporate revival skills or abilities. I don't even know if Ash could do it while fighting. While Yugi can just use resurrection spells or traps or whatever. Like, it's insane. It's really insane.
an entire fortress. Wait, that's not how the card game works. Is he cheating?
Well, we're prioritizing the manga and anime over anything else, which can differ from the real-world card game.
Okay, so they're not even using the... That's even more of a stump. I'm sorry, but Yugi has this. Like, literally a thousand times over. Like, it's insane. It's just
Yugi
insane.
also has tons of spell cards.
Look at the amount of variety. Like, it's insane. I don't see where is like Iki, I think that's what it's called. I don't see it here. He can also use magic or hat to screw everything over, but he can pretty much remove fusions, he can do other stuff, it's insane.
Monster Reborn resurrects a fallen friend.
Monster
Time
Reborn,
Jump is a
definitely
time
another
skip.
one.
And Pot of Greed lets Yugi draw 2 more cards, like Pot of...
I know the Pot of Greed memes. I've seen it too many times. It is, I think it's banned in actual game, like in a competitive game.
Greed, which lets him draw 2 more cards, like...
If things get dicey, he has more trap cards to level the field, like Dimension Sphinx, which reflects damage directly back at the opponent's life points.
That's true. Like, Yugi has too many cards. How is this fair? I feel bad for anyone that's like siding with Ash here. Like, he had no chance. He had literally no chance here. I'm saying had because I know he's going to lose.
And if his monsters and life points get wiped, he can just press Ctrl-Z with Mirage Ruler to get them all back.
Pair these cards with Yugi and Yami's teamwork, and nothing could stand in their way. Not even the game's own creator,
Pegasus, right?
Get
Yeah.
this, Pegasus.
I just remembered his name. But yeah, he can read minds, and he still lost because they had to switch up their brains, pretty much, Yugi and Atem. So he cannot read both of them at the same time.
Can read minds. So in their duel, Yugi and Yami kept swapping souls, Freaky
I remember
Friday
this.
style, trusting each other to pick up on the strategies they left behind. And the mind reader was stumped. Yeah, they cheated.
No, Pegasus was reading their minds.
He was cheating first, come
Regardless,
on.
Yugi and Yami are an excellent dueling pair. Yami trusts Yugi to improve on his plans, while Yugi expects Yami to be his bolder half.
They're not just smart. These card-slinging geeks are somehow expected to be fit enough to dodge lasers, resist getting their souls ripped out, and survive attacks from duel monsters. Even the most common duel monster can cause tsunamis, rain down meteors, and...
So, tsunamis, the weakest cards, according to them. Let's see how high they scale.
wreck cities.
And all of this power culminated in Battle City, hosted by Kaiba Corp.
Because Kaiba really wanted that salty run back against his rival.
Salt only surpassed by Yami's biggest hater, Merrick, who wanted the 3 Egyptian god cards to take him out.
I remember this. What's his name? I forgot his exact name. It was like Necro something. Necrophase, I think. And he defeated Exodia. He pretty much defeated all 3 gods until he rewinded time against Ra, because Ra had an ability that I can beat him somehow. And then the Goddess of Light, I'm not gonna bother pronouncing her name. The Goddess of Light shows up, Yugi merges all 3 gods, and she just one-shots him like nothing. Like, I remember this thing. This is one of the most iconic movies of Yu-Gi-Oh!
These cards were Slifer, the Electric Dragon, Ra, the God Phoenix, and Obelisk, who strikes with the power of infinity.
Infinity. I'm guessing it's because it's a modified Obelisk that he did in the anime.
It was a different ball game altogether, but Yugi was starting to stand on his own 2 feet.
So Yami and Yugi kept dueling on in a battle city that never wants to end, or stop bullying Joey. But to claim the Egyptian gods, Yugi and Yami had
Joey was pretty much a Yamcha. He was pretty much a Yamcha of the anime. I'm sorry, but he was. I've seen parts of it, and he gets his ass kicked way too often, way too many times.
to face them in duels, pulling off some ridiculously high IQ plays.
When battling Slifer, they used a handful of weak cards to create an infinite combo of attacks.
Now this, I don't remember this. But we all know it's an Atem and Yugi BS thing. I mean, both Atem and Yugi and Ash have BSs, but their BS is much better than Ash's BS.
That went past the god's limits.
And later, Yugi combined Dark Magician.
Plus, I don't even remember when Yugi lost. Ash did lose. He did improve, but Yugi improved mid-game pretty much and beat most of them.
And Dark Magician Girl's magic into Black Burning Magic, promptly defeating Ra.
This ain't new for
So based on scaling, these two together can defeat arguably the second or third strongest character or monster in the game. Raw, I think, is stronger than Obelisk and Slifer, but it really depends.
The magicians in the movie Bonds Beyond Time.
It's based on
did
anime,
something
but
similar
not the
against
game.
Paradox. It's kind of crazy that together the magicians can defeat the 10-star gods,
That's
which
insane.
are way stronger than mid-tier monsters that are 5 to 9 stars.
Mid-tier cards aren't pushovers. Darkhold Dragon is a sentient black.
This alone scales higher than pretty much everything we saw in the other one. Well, aside from like 1 or 2 Pokemon, but that's insane.
Hole, planet alignment moves solar systems, and Jaden's Glow Neos destroyed a relativity field that spawned an entire universe.
Holy... I didn't even know this. Like, I didn't even know... How does this even... I don't know. I already know Yugi wins this at this point, like, it's not even freaking close. So the best thing we saw from Ash, based on their statements, he has a legendary god Pokemon, and he skills it skills it with like Palkia. I think that's the name of the other legendary god types. Weaker than Arceus, but pretty much on par with like a second degree gods, I guess you can say. Palkia and Dialga. This is already very close to their feet. It's not comparable, but it's very close, and it's just a mid-tier monster.
But at the top would be the great evil god Zork, who showed up to plunge existence
Oh, Zork. He had a different name as well.
into the realm of darkness. It was time for Yugi to finish the puzzle of who Yami really is.
If the monsters weren't real before, they sure were now. Everyone has soul energy, Ba, which manifests as Ka, or a spirit. When used in tandem with the
Pretty much, it can go also from Chi to Chakra. There's so many variants of this soul energy or energy manipulation. Different universes, different anime shows.
bonds of his cards, Yugi can will dual monsters into reality, even drawing.
And this I already know because that's his ability with the Millennium Puzzle, right? Like he can do
anyone
that.
he wishes by believing in the heart of the cards.
I knew it! He's been cheating all this time! He doesn't just make up rules, he's stacking his deck!
Not at all. For Yugi, drawing the card he needs isn't just luck, it's an actual skill that he
It did say he had probability manipulation, so he probably could do that.
developed. It's even expanded in following series like GX.
Only in Yu-Gi-Oh! You can see this. People trading to gain the correct card in a... I didn't even see this part, but it just looks so funny.
and 5Ds.
Okay, well, I'd be the king of games too if I could just decide I have a royal flush every round.
Whatever. Yami rediscovered his Egyptian past, his multiple lifelong bonds, and his real name, Atem. Claiming his place as the ruler of the afterlife, Atem fused the Egyptian god cards to summon
Let's see where they skill her, because at this point, I already know it's overkill. I think Exodia would have been even more than enough here.
Harakti, the creator of light.
She's the ultimate duel monster who banished Zork and all of his scary darkness for good. The epitome of, screw you, I win.
Nice speed lasers. Okay, so far they skill them around the same as Pokemon, but let's be honest, we all know that Yugi's gonna win this.
No kidding, for Harakti created Yugioh.
How is this even fair? How is this fair? She's multiversal. She scales to like characters like Discord and other crazy reality warpers. Like, how is that even fair? Well, Ash has a legendary that is compared to like someone who is based on time, but that's not exactly the same as infinite multiverse. This is like having God on your side, like literally physical, the embodiment of God as in your arsenal. How is that fair?
Multiverse with that same light. Judgment had passed. Across many duels, evil was vanquished. There was only one more thing left to do.
A post-game boss duel between Yugi and Atem.
Their farewell
And I
was
remember
both
this part
climactic
because this was
and
one of the
bittersweet.
final fights.
Yugi had grown as a
Yugi
duelist
did
and
win in
person.
the end,
His
but it
victory
wasn't
proved
easy.
that he no longer needed Atem's help to be his bolder half.
Even when Atem was an entire dimension away,
I really have
or
to watch that
busy
movie.
slapping the end of
I've seen a
existence,
parts of it,
he
but
and
I
Yugi
should have
would
watched the
always
movie
be
already.
Bros. Okay, it should have been me, not him. I'm sorry I called you a cheater. I
Quality
was
is
jealous.
insane.
You're so cool.
Yugi moved on to a career in game design and passed the torch to future duelists. He would be remembered as the greatest
same as Pokemon, I only watched the first Duel Monsters, the one with Yugi only. The movie with Yugi, I might watch it at some point, but like I feel like it's just too iconic, and I cannot get, I don't know why, but I just can't handle the new cartoonish look that they had before. And it's nostalgia, but you know, it sticks to your brain after years afterwards.
Duelist there ever was.
Except to Kaiba, who tried to ascend to the afterlife to rematch attempt.
Look, he has a rivalry grudge, probably even worse than Vegeta against Goku at this point. It makes sense.
Just to show you that money can't buy you happiness, but it sure can buy you a
Him and his Blue Eyes White Dragon, like he's way, I know he's his favorite card, but even his ship looks like that. That's ridiculous.
sweet rocket ship.
There will always be another story, another duel, another game, and you won't find yourself a better opponent than the king of games.
The Battle of the Millennium is about to start, but we wouldn't be able to make it happen without some help from our friends at Raycon.
That's right.
As I said earlier, I'm gonna put the description of this video down below so you guys can also watch it for yourself. Let's just skip most of this because I already know they're doing promos. Let's not do too much because I don't want to skip on everything here. Right here, and let's
Free by
continue.
Christmas, because great gifts shouldn't show up late. All right, the combatants are set, and we've run.
This is a stomp matchup. They're gonna make it dramatic. They always make it dramatic even when the fight is not even close. They did it for SpongeBob versus Aquaman, which I did watch years back. It's just not fair. It's just not fair. Like, this is not a fair matchup at all.
The data through all possibilities.
Before we start, let's lay some ground rules.
We're treating this as a real-time fight, much like typical battles in the Pokemon anime and duels later on in the Yu-Gi-Oh anime. And given that the rules of Pokemon and duel
This gives Yugi even more chances to win. He already won, in my opinion, from the analysis. Like, after Ash's analysis, like, I know, like, if you're gonna bet on this, on Ash, you might as well burn the money away. Like, you're gone anyway.
monsters are clearly incompatible, we'll allow them to summon anything that's reasonably available to them.
That makes it more of a stomp. What's stopping Yugi from summoning the gods already at the beginning? I know they're not gonna do it like that, but this is ridiculous.
It's time to...
If Ash wins, I'm probably gonna eat a bunch of Corona Reapers, like 10 of them if I have to. But I doubt he's gonna win. Like, that's how much I'm betting that Yugi's gonna win.
Death battle!
Very iconic of them. Very iconic of them doing that. This is like Gen 1 intro or Gen 2? Insane transition. Very insane. Also, great music.
You okay, Pikachu?
So let's see who they have here. I forgot. Most of these Pokemons I forgot. But I know Lucario. I've seen this guy before. I forgot his name. Pikachu, obviously, I would know. So obviously Pikachu is the main one. I have no idea who this is, but we'll see after. I think that I'm still edging to Yugi here.
This 4-on-4 is tricky. Hang in there!
You have Spirit, but I have Lightning Blade and Excalibur to boost my attack.
Just spam
Set
all the
one card
cards.
face down to end my turn.
Whoa. Okay, guys, it's our turn now. Pikachu, throw him off with quick attack. Everyone else, back him up. Great job. Now.
I think that the Iron Golem or Stone Soldier, I mean it's technically an Iron Golem as well, is probably susceptible to cutting, so that might have been over for him.
Thunderbolt.
Don't get ahead of yourself. You forgot about my face down card. Rise! Dimension!
This is gonna be a cycling thing, I'm guessing. Insane animation. Insane. And that Pokemon is literally, you know, pretty much insane for just tanking that.
What do you mean, them all?
They really did that? This is ridiculous. I didn't expect them to bring all of them just here, like randomly just here.
Charizard, I choose you!
Now, about Charizard, I've seen his other fights. He already lost, like, what, twice? Yeah, Yugi is going to beat him as well. Like, I don't... He's probably going to get a few wins probably within this one, but not a total complete win. Oh. Iron Soldier is still there. Bulbasaur, remember him. Wait, can I see that again? Time Wizard! What is going on here? What the heck is going on here? That's funny. It's so hard to... Sometimes you can't even see this right here, what's happening, but this is just ridiculous. I forgot which mage this is, but I know it's one of the weaker ones that isn't... She is definitely very popular. Based on the dress, but I just forgot her name. Like Silent Mage or something? I forgot exactly the name. And Mega Lucario. You saw what just happened there. If Ash tries to punch Yugi, there's a barrier. Like, what's stopping them from doing that? Karibo always being the OG. And someone's cool taking out Charizard. Oh. The legendary Pokemon. Let's see how he performs here. Just a Slifer right away. I mean, it's fair. Ash has a God Pokemon. Why not have a God card right now? Now, I do enjoy Obelisk more than Slifer. Don't get me wrong, but I do enjoy also Slifer. Ra is probably my least favorite, but I think all of them are still amazing. Like, their designs are iconic and amazing. That's insane. That's insane. That frame shot right here, that's insane. Now, based on their scaling, I think Slifer would be maybe weaker than this God Pokemon, depending on how they scaled Palkia and Dialga, but I'm not exactly sure how they're gonna do it here. But yeah, he stomps everyone, man. Like, it's not even a freaking question. What is that? Did Ash just throw like an energy ball? What was that? Oh, Gengar. Like, even without knowing... So he can manipulate shadows, that makes sense. And he's Gigantamaxing, of course. I mean, it's a no-brainer. Oh. I knew it! I knew this would happen. I knew that would happen. Oh. Did he just destroy the Millennium Puzzle?
I'm sorry, partner.
I guess that could be a way for Ash to win. I'm still thinking Yugi's gonna win that. But this is insane.
It's my turn now.
And another great shot of what's happening right now. Oh.
I just need to believe.
I know who's gonna come in next. Like, let's be honest here. The Goddess of Light was shown already to be in the description, or at least not in the description, but you know, in the actual analysis. She's gonna be here.
In the heart of the cards.
It has to be her. Okay, like 2 iconic ones and Monster Reborn as well. That's good.
Who's that Pokemon?
Aroxy!
Yeah.
This is it!
How is that even fair?
Magicians! Flash burning magic!
This is just overkill. This is literally just overkill.
Joser!
How is this even fair? I don't even think Goku, the one who fought Superman in this previous battle, can tank this thing. Like, this is insane. And this is Dragon Ball Heroes Goku, so I know he's stronger. She's killed to multiversal. How is this even fair? Definitely an insane shot though, but still. Ooh. That's game. That's game right there. Ash is burnt out. Like, look at this. How is this a fair fight? At this point, the only way for him to win is having Arceus. I think that's how you pronounce his name, but that's the only way for him to win. Like, I think Arceus would have to be in its true form, because I heard that Avatar Arceus is still weak, like not that strong as you might say, but still. Based on anime logic, I think he and the Goddess of Light might be around equal, but it's just not a fair fight.
Pikachu, let's finish this together.
All the incarnations of Ash in different clothing. That's a very neat attention to detail. I'm sorry, Ash, but whatever you're gonna do here is not even gonna do anything. It's not even gonna phase them.
10 million
If you think about it, this does remind me of My Hero Academia, the one for all punch that Midoriya does at some point. It does remind me of that, probably because of the colors.
You activated my trap card!
He didn't even use that many traps. I don't even think he used one, like 3 cards. No, 2 cards, I think. But still,
Magic cylinder!
this is nasty. This is nasty. This is literally one of the nastiest cards you can have. And I'm sorry, Ash, but yeah, you're stumped. Regardless if he didn't have this card, the Goddess of Light was already gonna eradicate an entire spot. Like, this is insane.
With it, I'll send your Thunderbolt back to attack your life points directly!
Yeah. Just sayonara at this point. How is that even fair? Like, look at this insanity. Oof. Yeah, I mean, I already knew this was gonna happen. This is insane.
That was an awesome duel, Ash.
For cinematic purposes, I'd give this fight a 9 out of 10. Everything else, I think like a 9 out of 10 is pretty much just good. Very good. One of the best death battle finales I've seen. I think that this fight was a bit too much for Ash. Like, this is ridiculous. Yugi didn't even need the god cards at this point, aside from Slifer and Exodia. The Goddess of Light was kind of overkill. Like, I know it's gonna end right here. Like, after his death, like, there's no way Ash is gonna recover from that.
KO! Oh, my childhood!
Well, for me, either or would hurt because I love Pokemon. I love Pokemon. Don't like the company that much. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're not that good right now. But Pokemon was one of my biggest childhood shows that I watched and games. But it kind of sucks where they went.
It's quick! I need your tears! We can save him!
There's a lot to this, so let's
And I remember that. Tears can technically save Ash from petrification. But let's be honest, with the Goddess of Light, he should have been completely incinerated. Like, everything should have been, not even incinerated, erased from existence.
break it down by experience, strategy, and monsters. Starting with experience. Both Ash and Yugi have risen to the top, beating the best of the best, and traveled all over the world.
But Ash traveled more, was in more tourneys, and saved the world way more often. And despite what people say, he wins a lot.
Even Atem's stint as the Pharaoh doesn't tip the scale since he wasn't in charge for very long. Plus, Pokemon evolve over time, literally and figuratively. While Yugi's deck is obviously adjustable, the cards are unchanging.
Okay, so that actually makes sense. So Atem might be thousands of years old, but you know, he wasn't really active, he wasn't really playing the game that much, but still, like, also the growth of Pokemon, it does make sense. The cards stay the same. They're technically immortal, if you think about it like that, but as long as the card isn't destroyed. But Pokemon technically evolve all the time.
Unable to grow like Ash's Pokemon.
So Ash wins in experience, but when it comes to strategy,
I guess that's fair.
he's a wild card.
He's skilled at improvisation and using the environment to win. Even machines cannot comprehend his tactics.
But the same goes for Yugi. Gotta remember,
Yugi and Atem are just literally one of the best tacticians. You can't argue with that.
Yugi and Atem's teamwork is second to none. They're masters
They even
at
said it
exploiting
themselves, like, right
weaknesses,
there.
setting up tricks, and surprising foes with so-called weak cards.
Both could likely adjust to each other's unpredictability, so a Dark Horse-style win was unlikely.
But Ash's secret weapon is his bond with his Pokemon, boosting their power. I'm not just talking about Pikachu. His power of friendship invented an evolution for Greninja. That's crazy. Ash's trust in his Pokemon knows no limits.
Silly as it may sound, Yugi trusts his deck in the same way. The heart of the cards is real, and Yugi is determined to support his monsters
Wait,
with
what did
spells
they
craft
say?
way. The heart of the cards is
Okay, so okay, that's good to know. I mean, there's so many cards that I don't remember how they work exactly. Like, look, I played the game maybe a bit when I was younger, but I stopped, like, way younger.
real, and Yugi is determined to support his monsters with spells, traps, and buffs. Look at his duels with Merrick and Paradox, where he bolstered his weaker cards to take down gods. With Ba and Ka, his bonds with his cards manifest them into reality, not so dissimilar from Ash Greninja.
Yeah, Ash has aura, but he never mastered it. And specialties like Mega Evolution and Gigantamax, while awesome, only work with specific Pokemon.
And since Ash focuses on offense far more than support,
Yeah, that's I was saying this earlier. Yugi has more variety of moves and stuff you can do. Plus, like, it's if Ash's Pokemon die, or you know, if they just faint, technically they faint most of the time, you can't use them again. Like, your revive is not, you're not using the game mechanics, so they don't get revived right away. It makes sense.
Yugi could control the pace of the fight with cards like Swords of Revealing Light and Magic Cylinder.
Too
But
much,
I know
too
some of
many
you are
spell cards
asking,
and trap
what
cards.
if Ash threw hands? The kid's strong enough to chuck trees and lift baby gods. Just punch him, man. Well, Yugi's similarly tough, and the Millennium Puzzle can make shield.
He tanked raw. Like, how his barrier is probably like universal. It's literally universal, skilled at universal if you can tank that.
Steal ghosts, cast illusions, and mess with minds. If Ash actually tried to punch him, it'd be Mewtwo all over again.
They literally said what I just said earlier. I mean, I understand that's insane. That's literally insane.
It's a close call, but Yugi takes the edge in strategy.
So it all comes down to the monsters. Yugi had a slightly larger pool of monsters, but Ashes can clear out island-wide storms, fight terraforming beasts, and are stronger than the black hole summoning Gardevoir.
However, Yugi's can rain down meteors, compete with larger black holes, and even the mid-tier scale to glow Neos, destroying
Makes sense. I mean, it's
that relativity field with a
it's also they said here that it even surpasses that Yu-Gi-Oh cosmology surpasses Pokemon cosmology, so it makes sense.
universe. And Herakti created Yu-Gi-Oh's whole multiverse.
Overkill beyond overkill. How is this? This is not a fair fight. This wasn't even fair. Not even close.
Surpassing even Solgaleo's Sunsteel Strike and Dialga's Roar of Time.
And Yugi had more than just monsters on the field. Ash's strength was also his weakness. His power was evenly spread, reliant only on his remaining Pokemon.
If Mr. Mime faints, no more Psychic Barriers. If he lost Lucario, no more Mega Evolution. And so on. The longer the battle went, the less Pokemon Ash had.
Makes sense. This is definitely one of the bigger issues that Ash would have to deal with. Like, he has limited supply. Well, Yugi, he could run out of cards for sure, but he has spills and traps and other stuff, other cards that can just bring the other cards back. Like, he can literally cycle through them. Ash does not have the same thing.
And he did not have a reliable way to bring them back. He doesn't carry revives on him, and even then, reviving Pokemon in the anime is entirely different from the games.
Makes sense. Literally what I said before. This is ridiculously close to what I speculated as well.
Meanwhile, Yugi had cards like Mirage Ruler and Monster Reborn that could instantly recall powers he's lost.
And he can, bend fate to draw whatever card he wants. And we didn't even cover them all. Really, Yugi's deck has
This was just one of the biggest stomps in Death Battle, in my opinion.
no pathetic cards.
Exactly. Yugi's versatility and power swept Ash's options, giving his monsters the lead. He just needed the right moment to knock Ash stone cold.
That was a good attempt at a pun, Wiz. You might not think it's Pharaoh, but Ash got Yugi owned.
The winner is Yugi Moto.
Okay, so that was it for the fight and the analysis as well. I do agree with it fully. I think that Ash was just way out of his league. Like, Yugi had too many win cons here. It's just ridiculous to that degree. Like, I can see how Ash could beat Yugi maybe from like an ambush, but that's not his style and that's not in his character. Other than that, you guys should support Death Battle, even just watch their videos. Like, they do insane animations. If you're new to this, understand, like, it might be something different than what I usually do. Usually I play games or do other stuff like that on the channel, but I wasn't active for a year. There will be more videos coming up probably later, but this is just one of the biggest Death Battles that I've seen. Especially when both of them were my childhood. Like, related to my childhood here.
Death Battle will be back in 2026. But
Okay, so you guys heard it.
right now, you can check out our brand new channel. It's called Nightly Brew, and we're playing.
If you want to check that out as well, as I said, your channel information, everything, or at least their channel itself, will be down in the description below. I'll be maybe making more Death Battle videos, like just reactions, but I'm not exactly sure how consistent it will be. Well, it really depends.
Dungeons and Dragons, Blood on the Clock Tower, and other games that'll probably blow up in our face. So check it out right now, and make sure to subscribe. Thanks.
And you can see there's other fights here that they're discussing. I would say that Yugi versus Ash, or Ash versus Yugi, was probably on par, if not better than Spider-Man versus Deku. I think that those two fights were insane. Now, nothing beats Robotnik versus versus Bowser. I think that was one of the biggest ones. It was the armies. It wasn't just them. But this is definitely one of my top favorites. Top 5. Easily top 5. If you guys want to see more videos like these, let me know. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye-bye.